And welcome, fellow Beastians and sexy people and viewers and connoisseurs of role playing. This is the first official Ogre game, which is a randomly generated game inspired by none other than Robert Ogre, who is present here.
Yes. Hello.
So this is a game we have generated with the players randomly. Uses the Dragon Age RPG Quick Start rules. So we're gonna be delving into the world of dark fantasy. So yeah, and this is basically we're gonna start in a moment. I'd like to have every player introduce themselves and then introduce their characters, and then we'll start the game. Okay. We'll just go from what I see here, how I see it, left from right. Chepe, go ahead.
Hello, I am Chepe Pepe on the channel Fawn Trodden, as always, also known as He Whose Game Shall Not Be Played, also known as the Niche King, both wrathful and with the coming back. Let's see, I'm playing Grendwin, who is an elf mage, which means I am the most hated being alive in the setting.
Okay, Fox.
I am Fox Winter from Seven Realms Productions at the channel on YouTube, Roleplay Roulette. I will be playing a human warrior named Rebel. She is a Ferelden who village was destroyed during one of the I can't remember the term for it, where the Darkspawn
The Blight.
flooding out.
The Blight, yeah.
Of all things, I can't remember the term the Blight in Dragon Age. This is a good sign. We're off to a roaring start. So now I'm just a wandering doer of heroic deeds for coin. That is, say I'm a mercenary. I stab people with a giant sword for money.
Yep.
I was immersed in that description.
You were a mercenary in that description. Anyway.
Oh!
Tim, it's your turn.
Heyo! Hi, I am Other Tim, also known as Tim Other. I am going to be playing an Orlesian exile by the name of Fabien Valentin. Do not ask me why I am exiled from Orlais. It is too painful, too recent in my memory.
Oh, there you go. So, wait, is that like this world's France, basically?
That was the way I took it. I don't know if it is.
It is not this world's France, so you better wear the hat, this mustache, and instead of swinging a sword, you swing like a...
Except I am a beautiful woman. I will not wear the mustache.
But, no, French women, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What if you wear a mask that has a mustache?
There we go.
I mustache you.
You must.
How long did you practice that accent?
How long did I practice? Just one glass of wine.
Okay, we have our French lady, we have our madame here, with or without mustache, that will turn out. And there we go. You mean every day? I'm just kidding. We have Robert Ogre as the last but not least player.
Hey, my name's Robert Ogre. Check out my channel, Robert Ogre. Check out Ogre Games. And also RPG Map Maker. The RPG Map Maker Consortium on Facebook. If you like maps and or if you want to learn how to make maps. Blah blah blah. Okay. I'm playing a pre-gen named Tranter. He is a Ferelden Freeman warrior, human, and my concept in gold ties, I'll just read it. Before he died, your grandfather told you that to be a Ferelden is to be free. Some years later, as you grew in strength, if not in wisdom, you learned that your father had promised you to the local Ban as a man-at-arms to stand guard over his fortress and travel to war with his host. You are no coward, but neither are your army or any army man, whatever thrall. You left home the next day to make your own way, and the fortune indeed us. Bam. That's it. I'm a dude with a sword, and I'm gonna cut stuff up.
That's pretty sweet. Okay, then let's dive right in. You have banded together as a loose conglomerate of mercenaries. You don't necessarily need to be best friends forever, but you decide, well, working together will gain you more coin, and this will help your coin making, basically. You are on the road. You are in Ferelden, and you are on the road. You're somewhere in the Banorn in Ferelden, actually east of the River Dane, and you enter a small village. It's called which also has the village also has a castle, of course, with an Arn in there, a more poor Arn. It's the village of Drakkenberg, and because you have heard of news of that he's searching for people to for a job opportunity, a quest, a job basically, and the Arl is Arl Friedrich Drakkenberg, and he resides, of course, on the Castle Drakkenberg, and he is a not really well-to-do Arn. He's doing as much as not really that famous, but he's doing his thing and trying to get protecting the people from local raiders and stuff like that, and maybe other royals that he doesn't get along with. But yeah, he's you don't really know that much about him. You enter the town. It seems like any other town you've seen, maybe a little bit down on its luck. You enter it as you enter it from the Western Road or whatever. So from the river, you go to the Western Road. Yeah, Western Road. You see a couple of buildings. The only ones that you can see that are any interest of you is the inn, which has an interesting picture of a cartoon of a dwarf with like teeth that look like daggers, and like an inn sign. And you can see a different farmers and craftsmen doing their crafts. You can see a smith, where a female smith, quite muscular smith. She's quite tall, especially for the locals here. She's about like 6 feet tall, and she's just making some irons for the horses. And then you can see in a little bit of distance the small castle, kind of in the middle of the village, with a small wall around it and a gate. This is what you see. What do you guys do? Or wait. The scene is set.
Apparently, what we do is Robert flees immediately.
Yes.
I think the very first thing I'm going to do is point at the sign and be like, whoa, do dwarves have giant fangs?
You can see some elves, of course, working outside. The humans are looking, of course, at our... Are you Chepe, are you hiding your fact that you're an elf? Like, are you covering your ears or any way, or...
No, it would probably be hard to cover. Just how my hair is.
Okay, so... They are giving you kind of weird glances and starting to mutter around and you can see one of the guys. He looks like a beggar. Oh, you see, well-to-do. You have a fancy knife here, there, servant, don't you? Well, if your servant boy can dress that well, then surely you could give me a copper piece, good sir. And he's kind of talking to all of you guys, and even calling the lady here sir. Kind of not quite in his mind.
I clench the grooves of my quarterstaff and slam it down a little bit next to my foot, creating a slight rustling in the leaves. Probably trying to mimic the sound with the murmuring, trying to drown out by focusing on the sound that I'm hearing in the background.
Well, what I can't say, it's been a long time since I've been so diligently complimented. Boy, get the man a copper.
I go to Chepe's character. Well then, Half-Ear, your master has said, if you would mind to give me a copper there, be a good boy now. It is like he's got like a all patchy a beard, and he's got all kinds of his teeth are pretty much completely rotten. He's got like flies flying around it because in his dark fantasy it's gonna be gritty. He's got old ripped up old. He just smells really bad, really horrific. Especially with your fine elf ears. You also hear.
They have an amazing sense of smell.
Your fine elf nose. You could barely tolerate the smell of this. This person.
So I pull back a bit of my white hair and take a brandishing bow. It is not my place, after all. My master, glancing at Fox, is the one who keeps the coin. Forgive him for his rudeness. I'm certain he is just playing a jest.
Well, of course. Yes.
Would be happy to give twice that amount, if not more.
He just kind of ignores you, let the servant speak. So then, are you gonna give something, or have to go there? Jeez.
I'm gonna
Someone
give him
pay him. Man, so buy in.
By the
I
way,
want them to leave.
lovely lady. Oh yeah, haha.
I'm gonna put a couple coin in his hand and just kind of shove him away, just like, all right. I already feel bad about this joke.
I reach in, I pull out
you.
I reach out and pull out a coin and hold it. You see the coin? I throw it. Go get
And
it.
he goes and he goes and grabs the coin.
They smell.
You can see one of the poor elf servants just kind of trying to grab for the coin, and the old beggar guy slaps his hand. Get away, you peck! Get away! And one of the masters says, "Get back! Come on, get back to work. That horse stall is not going to clean itself."
Maybe we should get on to the tavern.
Okay.
It's like I think the street has grown awkward.
Maybe if you didn't ask the beggar to see me.
Well, I'm not saying it's not my fault.
Well, it cannot smell worse than it does here.
I agree.
The tavern.
Yeah, okay. You enter the tavern, I'm assuming. And, it's basically a pretty shitty tavern. It's not the worst you've seen in your adventures together. It is, although at times the smell of food and drink is not as bad. It's actually pretty good. It's just the people who are in here, most of them are peasants, obviously, and different craftsmen. And most of them are not well-to-do, and yeah, they smell from working in the sun. It's about in the afternoon. You can see on where you have the bar, you can see a sturdy dwarf, just peeking out of the up and just cleaning a big mug, he's cleaning a big mug. And he's like, "Yeah, what can I got you?" Come on here, Orlinda, serve these people. And he slaps on a elf woman's behind, and she just goes forward, and the other guys barely recognize a slight chuckle, and then he looks at you, and as Chepe's character comes up, he needs to stand outside, unless he wants to do some cleaning. I do hire. Them knife ears are good workers. No. And he spits it in his. He's chewing some tobacco. There we go. That's even more douchey.
It's an excuse to not be in this place. I step outside and mutter under my breath.
No, I do not agree. You will sit at the table. We are all sitting at the table, and furthermore, you will clean this table.
It's clean.
It is not clean, and I rub my finger against it. It is filthy.
Well, Orlinda, you have heard the lady. As long as you guys pay,
And bring wine.
clean it up. Yeah. Fling wine, yeah, sure. As long as you can pay.
I'm gonna take out like a big handful of silver. I have like 48 coin, or
Okay.
48 of the silver coins. Like just fill my palm with it.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
how much coin usually passes from your customers here?
Not much. What do you need? What do you need?
It's like, well, I want our traveling companion sitting at the table with us, drinking whatever the finest vintage you have, and I want you to clean this table.
Me? Well, we gotta talk about your servant there. If that's kind of, I can see what kind of servant he is.
I drop my bow staff a little bit and unleash a sputter of an arcane bolt, just enough to like freeze, not to freeze the air, but to manipulate the air under it a little bit, have a slight blue tint at the end of the staff.
Ah, you dare to do magic here?
Try to freak him out a little.
I take my thumb and I stick it over.
You
the
tell your
nostril like
servant.
this.
You tell your servant not to do another spell here. I will. Let's see about that coin there you have. And he comes over, and he's like, "Well, let the knife here sit here then." And he takes the rag from the elf woman. Give me that. And he just cleans it quickly. He says, and he takes the money. Got a good old vintage there. Some old wine from the south. And he says, Orlean, bring it.
It's like
And she walks back to the
it's like in a bottle of whiskey for the table. What were you trying to say, Robert?
Oh, I was just gonna tell him that he missed the spot, and I'm gonna stick my thumb on the side of my nose and like a huge snot rocket that hits the ground and doesn't quite make it all the way out. Kind of drips down my face a little bit. Wipe it off under the table as I drop out my coins.
And suddenly, like he sees his demeanor just changes. Like the other patrons just like start being nervous. Some of them start going out.
I'm gonna look down at it. It's like, what kind of place are you running here? Get that cleaned up.
I visibly shudder when that happens.
And he just turns around now. He takes the money and and he just kind of he takes the money and he goes back to the bar. He takes out a big old rusty, it's still in workable condition warhammer, and he comes back and he says, "You guys get the hell out of here!" And he throws back the money to you. I don't need your money. It's the Elfir supporters or something. Snot rocketing in my bar. I might be greedy, but I'm not. But Bjorn Daggerteeth isn't that greedy. And he starts like lifting his hammer. And I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. and he looks back and he says, he looks back and he says, "Bork, Magon," and two other dwarves appear, and the one has a mace, rusty mace, and the other one has an axe.
It's like,
And he starts like just doing this, like.
Come now, let us be civil. Let us all sit and drink wine.
And
It
he
has
takes
been a long travel.
and he takes the rag and he throws it to Robert Ogre's character. He cleans it up.
It's like you must not have been up in the. You must not have been under the sun for long to think it's wise to draw steel on repel the storm. Just gonna kind of like slowly put my hand on my sword.
You have never met a dwarf, have you? Especially not a dagger teeth one.
It's like
You don't
I don't.
insult the dagger teeth. Not like that, you don't.
I know enough about dwarves. My grandmother was killed by a dwarf of coven witches. Or a coven of dwarf witches. Like, I know all about your kind, stealing our children, slitting them open and spitting their blood on each other in your villainous orgies.
You wish like we would care about these things. These are stories we tell to... This is the stories you tell each other to scare each other, huh?
You boys fondling your pointy sticks. I am tired. I am sitting. And I sit down at the table.
So I'm looking at Ogre, Robert Ogre's character, waiting for him to clean up the snot.
So I say,
Either you or your knife here does it.
I say, oh, we're just having a little fun. And when I say fun, like a little piece of green brown that was stuck to my mustache kind of flings off and like lands on his chest, and I throw the rag on the ground. I kind of like stomp it in a little bit, you know, kind of like cleaning it up a little bit, you know, pick it up.
Okay. Right.
And I hand it to his knife ears. Say, here you go. No more problems. We just having fun. Now bring me.
You better
Bring me that
pay me.
whiskey.
You better pay me more than you have before. and he brings the wine and the whiskey, and he looks at you with the. And it takes him a little bit, but he has it there.
It's like, no, I'm not sure we should eat here. Everyone knows dwarves give people cancer.
Yeah. and he's just looking at this point, and one of the dwarves wants to come, and he calls him back. And he says, "Well, now, aren't you a smarty pants there? Hmm?"
It's like, it's nothing but a well-known fact. My grandmother died of dwarfish cancer.
I'm gonna give you a cancer, and it's gonna be a big. This is the cancer I'm gonna give you, and it's made out of steel. And it's gonna go right up your rectum, my friend.
Do you always speak in this sort of way around women?
Dwarvish women aren't as fancy as you humans.
Well, I am not a dwarvish woman. And you are not in the dwarven holds. You are on the surface. Please, show a little bit more civility.
Civility? You're spitting around here. You're insulting me.
I have spit nowhere.
Yeah, maybe not you, but your friend, and he's pointing at Robert.
He's like, yeah, we come in here and we're trying to drink, and there's this on the floor, and you expect us to pay more coin?
Yeah, I'll disagree. I'll say.
Okay, he takes the hammer now and he smashes the table. And he says, "You get out of here! You get out of here! By my ancestors' hammers, you will be all smashed, or you will get out of here right now, and take your elven, I don't know, boy toy year or whatever he is to you, and you take him out of here right now."
Hey, I was just gonna say, I think dwarven women are pretty fancy.
Okay.
Can we never enjoy anything fine?
Out of character. This is why we don't have nice things.
This is why we don't have this thing. He smashed the table, but he'd already set the wine and the whiskey down on it, right? Do any of those break?
As soon as I see his hammer coming down, I grab my wine.
He does it really quick. Like you have. Well, okay. If you want, you can roll a what is it? A cunning, a dexterity roll. So you roll the 3d6 and you add your dex, I believe. Right. Your ability. And if you have focus with like grabbing, let's just say your ability for now.
And I have a 3 in dexterity.
Okay, so you roll the 3d6,
Yeah,
and
I
your
roll a
final
3,
one.
1, and a 6.
Okay, so I will say, so you have 4, 10. Yeah, you make it. You grab your wine. It's fine. You have a quite high roll on the dragon dice, so you can say you grab it like extra fancy. Like you just, I don't know, however you want to describe that.
I reach out really quickly and just grab it by the base
Okay.
of it. I just
Okay.
pull my glass in towards it.
The whiskey bottle does shatter, unless Robert, you want to also try to grab it.
No.
Okay, so it shatters and
I will though.
Okay, roll the same roll. Yeah, sure. Dexterity
Roll.
plus, so 3d6 plus.
My dice? There they are.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's not great. Hold on, I'm gonna increase. That's super. I'm gonna increase the. There we go.
So 7, 8, and how much is your dex?
Give me just a second. That's in another tab.
Another
2.
tab. 2.
Indeed.
So 7, 8. Yeah, you know what? You would just barely grab it because I was thinking like 10 as a difficulty meter. It's not that hard, but okay, the table is crushed. And okay, let's roll initiative. Okay, so that's a 3d6 plus your dex, and then we'll do that. Okay, and it is. So I have a 5 and an 8.
Do we add the dragon dice in?
Yeah, the dragon dice is added in. It's always
Okay.
this 3d6, and you add your dex. Okay, so Robert has 11, and Fox, you got 10, 14, 12. Okay. And Chepe, what does our favorite mage have to roll to say about
11.
that? 11. And Tim?
I had a 12.
Okay, so the
Is that,
first person.
Is that the sum of all my dice plus my dex?
Yeah.
Or just the sum of the 2 on the left?
It's the sum of your dice plus your dex. That's how it goes. It's a normal ability roll plus your dex, but we don't. We just basically list them off as yeah. Okay, so so how much do you have then, Fox? 12?
Total is 16.
16. Okay, so that
If
means
it's all three of these dice, that's 6, 10, 14 plus dex.
yeah.
16.
Yeah. So you will start. You will be the first to start, Fox. So you okay? Just quick for the rules. You can do a minor and a major action, or you can do 2 minor actions. You need examples for the actions, or are you familiar with them?
Can I just kind of rush and knock the guy with the hammer or with the mace over onto his back?
You wanna use a weapon for that, or just unarmed, just like a body slam tackle?
I was gonna do it unarmed.
Unarmed, okay. Then I would say let's do a strength roll against each other, okay?
Okay. I have. Do not have. I thought I had some. Well, I have a. What if I did that with my gauntlet? Would I get this says I get +4 on my attack roll with a gauntlet. But
okay.
Here, let me ask you a quick question. What does brawling mean? I actually don't know the system.
Okay, yeah, okay. Brawling, it means that you have focus. That means you get a +2. Let's
Okay.
say you can use brawling.
So it's just a strength check with +2.
Yeah, I will give you. So that means you roll your 3d6. You add your strength. You add +2, and since you have gauntlets, I will give you something extra for damage if you want to.
I'm not really trying to do damage. I'm just trying.
You want to tackle him? Okay, then we will do a strength check.
I just kind of want to put I just kind of want to trip and push him onto his back.
We'll do an opposed strength check. I will do one. You will do one. Okay.
Okay.
So I roll it.
Shoot! Hold on.
Okay. So I have, and also the last dice that you roll is your dragon dice, and you can do. If you succeed, you can do like special maneuvers. If you succeed the thing, I'll explain that to you also. We're learning the system, so it's an easy system, but we're learning it. Okay, so I've got 8, and 4, so 14 plus
I've got
3. I've got 17.
5, 11 plus 2, so I have a 13.
Okay, I have a 17 with his strength alone, so what happens is you try to tackle him, but he withstands, and there's no damage from it. Because you weren't trying to do physical damage, just like SDC damage, basically. So it's just, he just stands. He just, poof, you just bump into him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... kind of try to knock him down, but if, failing that, just kind of grab a hold of his arms. Just like, well, overstayed our welcome. We might want to go now.
Yep. Now it's Tim's turn. Wait. I would say that was a major action. You can still do a minor action, by the way.
I'm good.
Okay, good.
So who are we? I forgot. Who are we supposed to meet?
You want to meet the Arl Friedrich Drakkenberg in the Drakkenberg Castle because he has a mission for you.
If we get good and arrested, we'll be taken before the Earl.
I am not interested in fighting you. I am here to see the Earl. And I stand up with my glass of wine.
You see, I wasn't planning of you guys fighting, but it is an inn, so and this is where these things happen in role-playing games most often.
So I stand up and very loudly say, I am not here to fight with you boys. I am here to see the Earl. And I stand up with my glass of wine, turn around quickly, and start walking towards the door.
Okay. That's a major action, but yep, that should work. Okay, and that was your turn. And now it is either Rob or Chepe. You have both an 11. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Chepe. Go ahead, Nancy.
No, you have the higher dex, don't you?
Yeah, probably. Yep. I don't know. I have a 2.
You go first.
Yeah.
Robert, go first. You guys don't salmon
go
bean
first. So the dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Where is he? He's still like hunched over, smashed the
he's
table.
He smashed it and he was standing. Now he was like, now we have Fox in front of him because he tried to tackle him, So this is not a situation. So he's standing where the table would be in front of you, and you're kind of around the table.
Okay. The other guys that he was calling, there's I'm sure they're running.
They're still there. Yes, they're there, and they're about to attack. So for initiative and for ease, they're gonna attack at the same time. So
okay,
they're gonna basically their initiative is the same always to make it easier.
Well, I'm gonna look at the smallest guy and I'm gonna run up and try to take his weapon from him.
Okay, let's say that is a disarm. Let's say this is a dexterity check, an opposed one.
Okay.
So roll 3 dice and add your dex, and I will do the same.
14.
Okay. He rolled a. Oh, not very good. 5, 7, so 8. Now you have his weapon now. Which is the axe. You have the axe in the hand.
Okay, so I run up to the guy and I just give him this mean ass look with still, a little bit of snot rocket dripping off my mustache. I said, "Give me that!" and just rip it right out of his hand.
Go wash some glasses.
There we go.
Go
Um,
not be able to do magic.
Yep. And so that was we had Tim. We had now it's Chepe's turn, of course.
Where's the elven woman?
She's
the door.
she's already left. She went back to get more booze, but I'm guessing she's not coming outside because she's hearing the commotion.
All right. So he looks down at what I assume is a mixture of red and broken shards of glass and wood scattered about. He sees an image similar to a phylactery, the spiraling amounts of splinters forming a small circle and then the red dripping in between it. He imagines his own life.
Sorry, I interrupted, sir.
He imagines his own life being taken. It reminds him of what the Circle of Mages have done to him. He flashes out multiple sparks of fire from his fingers, parades them at the wood, and I'm casting basically a flame strike, not at the dwarves, at the wood.
Okay. Since wood, it shouldn't have a resistance, so just remove the mana. And then just do damage, and I'll tell you what happens to the wood, okay?
All right.
You're doing it on wood. No.
All right. So I didn't get any pairs, but I did get so plus 4, so that's 8, 9, 13, so 17 on the roll.
Okay.
And the damage is 7.
Does it say with Flame Strike that you need to roll 2, right? For hitting.
No.
No?
Actually, they resist. Never mind, sorry. Of course, I don't think wood
The wood
has
doesn't
the
resist.
dexterity,
That's why I
so-
said you didn't have to roll.
Yeah.
Just roll the damage.
I was being stupid. So the damage is
Unless the
4.
wood turns out to be a wood golem, then we could maybe keep talking. But.
The damage is 6 because of the magic power.
6.
So yeah, the damage.
Well, basically, all the wood, it's enough to ignite all the wood, and suddenly there's a fire.
Since I used my major action to cast the spell, I'd like to use my minor action to start heading out the door.
Yeah,
Basically,
okay.
leaving fire for them to take care of, and I'm just leave these little fuckers to themselves. Flat ears.
Yeah. Okay. What will happen is that now I think that was everybody's turn. No, we had Tim. Yeah. So now it's the dwarf's turn. The other two dwarfs are moving towards the fire, but Bjorn is kind of in a rage, and he's looking at this point at Fox, and he is gonna attack Fox. And what is your defense?
It is a 14.
14. Okay, let me see if he can pass that. Okay, he's got a 7, 9, and 11. Nope. He swings at you, and but he misses. Like you dodge out of the way, and then he kind of looks around, and as the fight would almost continue, you have like 2 guards going, and they're saying, "What is this ruckus, Bjorn? What is going on? Who are these people?"
Let's turn around immediately and be like, dwarves don't know how to contain their temper. It's because they have such tiny penises, especially the women.
Oh dear. Bjorn was about to focus on the fire, but now he's like pretty much in a battle rage because you don't know how to insult the dwarf's penis. I love it. I love it. So what happens is that the guards come in, and you have suddenly the chantry guy, the chantry priest enter, and what happens is before the fight continues, the dwarf sees the chantry guy and he's kind of terrified. He has a look on him. He cannot quite explain, And then he says, and the chantry goes, well, I think it would be now good to leave my children. There has been enough violence here, and it's not quite. The Maker does not like violence. And then he goes out, and basically he says the Arl is already expecting you. So yeah, this is what he's saying.
Well, I'm outside the door, and
Okay.
I hear him say this. He says, "Ah, finally a voice of reason amongst this chaos. Please, my name is Fabian. What may I call you?"
Hello, my lady. I am Father Flanagan. I am the the humble protector here of the faith in the small town of Drakkenberg. So and we have something of a interesting mission. You probably have gotten it to your guild from your town because there was multiple letters, and I remember one of from how you have described yourself. One of my servants has recognized you, one of the acolytes who I'm training to be a priest in the service of Andraste. The Arl and I had been discussing something, and we would like for you to help with your particular talents, and hopefully not gain any more of a ruckus. I would appreciate if you would leave the dwarf some money so he does not bring us to court, because right now it is not something that we need to focus on.
I agree. I have even brought my finest clothes to meet with the Earl, so if I could change before I speak with him.
Yes, we have accommodations in the small chapel where I am, and also in the castle. So
Is the chantry guy outside now?
yeah, he's outside. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take that opportunity to leave. If I was able to grab that bottle of whiskey, I'm taking it with me though.
Yeah. The dwarf looks at you, kind of just grinning, like like this is not over yet, kind of expression.
I'm just gonna kind of walk out the door.
He doesn't want to deal with with Father Flanagan.
I'm just gonna kind of walk out the door, just like, yeah, that's right, you filthy motherless little cave crawling dwarf. If I crush you with my boot,
please, sir.
It was like, if I crush you with my boot, if I didn't think you could hide between the treads. Hey man, I'm glad you showed up. I really didn't want to hurt anybody in there.
I love how Flanagan is so oblivious to the fact that there's a fire right there in the middle of the room.
Yes. No, he says, please calm your temper, And the two dwarves are already working on stopping the fire. One of the guards is helping. And the guards are also looking at you, Chepe, and they're just murmuring under their breath, like, damn knife here, or stunning trouble, kind of something like that. And
yeah, so I want to take the axe that I stole from the guy and toss it in the air and try to stick it into a beam in the roof as I walk out and meet the chantry.
Okay, it sticks into the roof, and one of the dwarves is about to head out again, but as soon as they get out to just try to give it to you, and they see again the Father Flanagan just looks back with this kind of stoic, almost like Loki's just like, and he goes on, And,
so yeah, I'll pull off my gauntlet and I'm gonna shake his hand, and he looks down. You can see that my nails are like,
your nails are what?
Are just caked with mud. It just looks like my hands have been like in grease for like 10 days straight. They're just completely disgusting.
And he does like this thing where he just bows to you and he says, "Bless you, my child," and then he continues on his way. And he's definitely, he's wearing the robes, and the robes are pretty nice, pretty clean, and not the best quality of what you've seen in a priest, but not bad either, especially when you think about that this town is not exactly doing so well economically, what you can say in general. And the people, as you walk towards the castle, the people just kind of just look at you as like, who are these guys? And there's a child who says, "Look, mommy, it's an elf. It's a knife ear with fancy clothes. He must be a very important servant." And
As
and,
I walk,
and, and
as
the
I
mom
walk by,
and,
I'll
and,
just
and
kind of.
the mom takes the child away. Hush, hush, darling. Come on, you go
As
back.
I walk by, I'll just kind of ruffle his hair, like, "Oh, not every village is as backwards as yours."
I just look over and give like a big nasty belch. Blah. Keep walking.
The villagers, they're already kind of like looking at their some of their tomatoes and vegetables to throw, and maybe even stones. They're just kind of looking on there, and just kind of like, yeah.
As we're walking
Special.
with the guy, I'm just gonna be like, "Man, what is the deal with this town? I demanded that dwarf clean up a huge mess that he left on the floor, and he just flipped out and smashed the table. We were barely able to get our drinks out from under that."
Out of character, the dwarves, they're not enslaved by humans, right? What I noticed.
No.
So it's just the elves. Okay.
Yeah, just the elves.
Fellow viewer, I'm not the greatest lore master when it comes to this setting, but I do know what I've noticed. The dwarves are just pretty much the dwarves, like anywhere else, so more or less.
Eh.
Yeah, they kind of like live, like the ones that like live amongst everyone else. They don't like they're ones that live underground, and they think that the surface dwellers are like like sellouts because they want to like hang out with the humans and everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. So what what they're saying is basically, Bjorn is quite influential, since he has provided the village with some jobs, and yeah, he has not had the best terms apparently from having to leave. Basically, he was shunned out of his clan for I'm not quite sure what reasons, but this is the reasons. Only the Maker knows,
Who
and
knows?
probably his clan members. I don't
Maybe
really
he-
care.
Maybe he refused to spit children's blood onto other dwarves in villainous orgies.
And I said, please, not this language, please, by the Maker's sake. The Maker's sake. We want to keep this civil. And then you entered the castle. You can see different servants, human and elf servants, and you can see also some. You can see it's the guards also, and then you can, as you enter, you get the chance to basically clean up a little bit, and then you can also change Tim. If he offers Fabian to change clothes if she wishes to.
Yes, I go and I have brought some very fancy clothes that I'm going to wear when I.
There's a little
Approach.
bucket with water in there and a little mirror, so it's a little bit better class definitely from outside, but it's not like the biggest castles, and this is not like the king's lodgings.
Going for full Orlesian ostentatious.
Yeah, I have this shimmering blue dress has this like a frame holding out the hips. You don't know how she fitted in her backpack, but you think it must have collapsed this frame. But she has her hair tied up on top of her head, what looks like little gems or something stuck in it in different places and affixed, and she has a fan that she's fanning herself with as she walks out on these very delicate shoes. Look like they're made out of some sort of shimmering material.
Okay. Do you guys want to still prepare something, or?
Yeah, I want to go in and I'm gonna go in the bathroom. I'm gonna look at myself and I'm gonna pull out my sword and check it out, and oh god, here got kind of crust on my face and stuff. Like, can't meet royalty this way.
There's a bucket with water and some soap.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean up. Get all the important places.
Okay. You won't have time for a full bath, which you would probably need, but it does help.
Yeah,
And,
that's yeah. I don't really take baths anyway.
Yeah, it's super dark fantasy medieval shit, so baths are very optional here. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, but yeah. So anybody else?
I'll clean up a little bit.
Okay, and you can see. So as you
Well, I'm cleaning up. I'm just like, I don't even have any problem with the dwarves. That guy just pissed me off.
I made him an special dick dwarf. That is like one of my favorite NPCs because like, how long will it take to either punch the guy or like to at least say something bad? You know, it's like, you never know. Or to get along with him fine if everybody's playing dick dwarf characters. So who knows? But anyway, the point. Rawr, me angry, me smash. But you as you're ready, you are led by one of the servants there. It's two servants actually. One servant they're both dressed pretty well. There's a human servant and a elven servant. And the elven servant, then as you enter, the human servant leads you to the hall where you have the table and stuff. Where basically where the throne room is, the throne room hall, or whatever I call it. And it's not like super big. It's a smaller room. It's a smaller hall, but still, not bad looking. And you have the Jarl sitting in his throne, and he says, then the human servant, the guy, he takes like a stick and he like bangs it. Introducing Arl Friedrich of Drakkenberg, and then the Arl stands up and says, yes, enough with these formalities. This is not some kind of banquet or stuff. And the Arl is, he's dressed well, but he's not dressed in his most finest clothes and stuff. And he's got a pretty decent bastard sword on the side, but more functional.
As he approaches, I just very delicately bow, do a curtsy bow.
He's got a little beard, and it's definitely gray. He's in his late 40s, and pretty good shape guy. You can see that he most likely did fought in wars. He has a small scar here, and he's bald, and he's got a little earring on the side on the left ear. So it's kind of weird looking, but it's a golden earring. Got a ring or two on his hand, and like a red brocade outfit, and you have you can see his insignia on him, his coat of arms, which you notice is basically a wyvern-like dragon. So it's being something like that, and he says, yes. So you must be the mercenaries that my friend Errolden has sent. He has written the letter from the description.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Fabian.
Fabian, yes. I do remember. Yes. And who else might you be? And he looks around.
It's like, my name's Rupel. I'm gonna let this fine lady do the talking for me.
Rupel, okay. As long as you can do what needs to be done, that will be good. And he said, I see you have a elf too. Seems like possible circle mage, I hope?
Damn it.
The circle sends its regards. He gives a small bow.
I heard you had some. One of my servants said that you had some roughing up with Bjorn, but then again, he's quite. He thinks he's still living in his clan halls, and he doesn't really. And yes, there's probably a couple of people that dislike this, but I try to, at least in my castle, treat everybody quite respectfully, including the elves. But then again, the people here, a lot of them are quite backwards. Then again,
My
what
name is Traynor, and I give him a little bow. You hear all
Trainor? Yes, yes.
all of my leather armor squeaky.
I had my problems with other lords and other people with my progressive thinking, but and a lot of people here think they probably gave you some bad looks, but the law is the law. And
I'm gonna just kind of sip that whiskey bottle that I took from the place.
yep, yep.
I'll occasionally nudge the elf, or I'll either nudge Chepe or Robert's character and offer him the bottle while he's talking.
I will give you some recommendations in the servants some of the servants' rooms, and but we'll discuss now the case of business. I don't have too much time. Basically, I have one of my scholars has been looking through some of the old books and scrolls that has been lying here around, and he has found a section that I find quite interesting. There is, in the east of here, in the small woods, there's an old ruin. You see, this town used to be much bigger, but in some of the wars that happened between the lords and in some of the blight incidents, a lot of it was lost to these incidents. And one building in particular was the old church, which was quite an amazing architectural building and quite a great present to the maker, so to speak. What I want to say with that is that we know where the ruin is, but most people don't dare to go there because they say it's haunted. And the thing is that I didn't have the time myself. I have been I have been in different campaigns and in different things here, and I was busy. But what I would like to do, the scholar has found out that possibly in this particular ruin, there might be a old holy artifact, and I would like to retrieve it. And then the Father Flanagan says, he kind of nods like, yes, yes. Father Flanagan would like to also retrieve it for the chantry, which then the chantry would provide us with some much-needed funds, and possibly we could even think about rebuilding the church, and maybe bringing him some more business here, especially with if there is an artifact that might bring some pilgrims here, which means more cash flow generating and so on. And of course, it's also would be good for the maker, obviously. And then, well, Father Fleming, please continue. Yes, it is a box, so to speak. Some people call it a Andrastinian puzzle box, and it is made so people cannot touch the artifact inside, which is a hand of the Saint Margot, who has lived, who basically sacrificed herself, as you know, I don't know if you know, but about 200 years ago, when she basically, she was a great saint, and she helped people, and she would give, at one point she gave her life to save somebody. So that hand is, if that hand is there, we haven't found it yet, and most of the people just simply didn't want it to stay around to actually give it a good search. So we would like to ask you, mercenaries, just in case, probably nothing is going to happen. At most, there might be some wild animals, maybe a bandit or two, nothing that you can deal with, as I have heard. Just to go there, investigate. If you find a puzzle box, then please bring it. The church would be very thankful for that, and also including our Arl here. So we would be willing to pay at least 2 gold to each of you.
How far away is this place?
It's basically half a day's journey by foot, less so if you have horses. But you should be able to get there quite soon and get out of there.
What time of day is it now?
It's about evening, so they are basically saying that you should rest here and then go in the morning. It's then more safer. Because then you would arrive about at noon.
If we may have a map, that would be
Yep,
most
yep.
appreciated.
And he winks to one of the servers, and the servants, one of the servants, the elf servant, brings a map, and the Father Flemingen bows to him, and then he bows to you, and here's the map. There should be all the information here. Also, I have done a little sketch of how the puzzle box actually looks like, and we have copied this from the tome that we have found, which was it was interesting, but I don't want to bore you with these things.
Well, it is most appreciated, and I take the map and the sketch.
Okay. Now, do you have any questions?
It sounds pretty simple.
You said this temple is haunted.
Well, it is a local legend, really. People make up stories.
Yeah.
It is something, like it is definitely not it is not holy anymore to our maker, and it has been out of character. How do you call this again when something has been made kind of not unholy, but like
Desecrated?
defiled? It's been defiled, desecrated by all sorts of. When it was destroyed, I think it was destroyed in one of the wars with which family was that? The Arterheimer family, I believe. It was a war about some kind of vendetta war. It didn't take too long, but it was quite destructive.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were quite the people involved were they were hunted down by the Templars for this action. And, that is a long story. I'm not quite sure. Historical documents about this are sketchy. So, what I would like, do you have any other questions?
No, my Earl. I have no questions. I turn back to the rest. Does anyone else have any questions to ask the Earl, or should we cease taking up his time?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will have to leave back to the chantry for my prayer, and I will wish you good luck, and may the Maker protect you, in Andrasta's name. And then he basically heads out. And the Arl says, "Well, good sirs, you probably are tired and would like to eat before you lay your head down. I've prepared something, and we could chat and something like that." So he leads you to a table of food, a big old banquet table, and there's all kinds of food here, meat and vegetables and fruits and healthy servings of wine and everything. And then you have servants bringing always food and drink. So you haven't eaten this well in quite some time, and so you're mostly used to like the different variations of gruel and
Hardtack.
stews and everything. Yeah. And so he's asking, so what is news from? I don't know. Out of character, this is something you can put in from what area you guys come from. So, like, this is obviously also your background, but also where you guys were together. If you want to throw in some lore here.
I have been in Red Cliff for some time.
Oh yes, Red Cliff, yes. This out of character. This is like I decided to set this a little bit before the first game, so.
That was the only name of a city I remember from the setting.
There we go. So let's just speed this up then, unless you guys want to like run some witty banter here. Arl.
No, I've just got a big, huge plate of food.
Okay, you're
It's
happy.
impossible to hear anything that I say because like I got big cheeks full of just stuff falling out. Almost, yeah.
They bring you fine cheeses and meats and things. You're like a nice soup and they have like some duck, and oh yeah, this is the local duck here. It's quite good. It's quite good.
Yeah.
A little bit rich for my taste, yes, but I am not the youngest anymore. Ho ho ho! And he takes his mug and drinks some.
Stuff just flying on my mouth.
I do chit chat with him, but I say a lot of stuff without actually saying anything.
Yeah, right. And then he looks at Chepe and like, well then, and how did you, if I may ask so, how did you become a Circle of the Mage? One does not see often a elven wizard in these circles, in these surroundings.
Needless to say, it wasn't by choice. As with all circle mages, I was taken young.
Yes.
Apparently, they needed something to satisfy their accusations of neutrality. Basically, it's my job to do dirty work, so it looks like they are actually doing something. Who better than an elf, I suppose?
Yes, I suppose. Well, I had my problems with how other people view elves, but I usually don't say these things out too loud too often, but people know. The elves who are here at the castle, they're treated just as well as the human servants. And
He doesn't believe him. I just stop down and eat my food, ignoring, just giving straight answers to everything he says, just as indirect and as upfront as possible.
Well, out of character, the elves that you did see, they were dressed pretty well, and they weren't like constantly barraged with all kinds of like names. It seems like there's definitely like a kind of a cultural difference between the people who live outside and then the people in the castle. There's kind of a divide here. Yep.
So you said this is set a little before the first game?
Yep.
And like I was just sitting there eating quietly and just like Western Ferelden showing signs of a blight. Do you have any, if this town has any brains in their heads, they'll put swords in the hands of those elves and teach them to fight for it with you.
Well, I'm quite progressive, at least. That's what I believe, but others too. And giving giving elves swords in their hands? Well, I'm not quite sure about that. Also, I don't really believe these blight rumors. I believe the other lords are just trying to create a panic. I don't know. How long has it been that this blight has been? What? 4 centuries, I believe. They're what, the Grey Wardens, right? The Grey Wardens. Well, I don't know either. They might have just invented this. Well, no, that was fact, yes, but it happened so long ago. Why would it happen now? I'm not quite sure there. Unless I see any more evidence about this, we might then talk. Still, I try to keep an open mind. And then he lifts his glass,
Makes no difference either way. I mutter under my breath.
And let me see, I'm going to just roll just a secret roll to see if he hears that. Nope.
At that time, I'm gonna just like stand up, scooting my chair out with the back of my legs, and it's like, oh, I think it's time I retired to my chamber.
Sounds well. I need to also retire. Well then, you will have a servant of mine come to you, and then you will have breakfast, and I won't be joining you since I'll have some business to attend to in the lands. There's some dispute over land with some of the peasants, and but I would really appreciate what you've done if you succeed, hopefully, because it would really help the economy of this city, this city. This is far away from a city, either in the size or culture-wise. Anyway, then you have a good sleep, and then he leaves too.
You hear this? You hear? Oh, undo my belt. Oh, stand up, holding my pants, and kind of sags down, like see half my ass. Oh, where's the chamber?
One of the servants points you to the where the chamber is for the what is it, the porter potty.
Oh.
It's medieval time. There's no plumbing.
The dirt hole. I imagine there's like a look
It's
of
a
terror
hole.
on that servant's face.
Yeah, there is quite a lot.
Where is the chamber? Pretty much anywhere you like. No, I must poop in secret.
Okay, so I do that.
Earth-shattering
more
noises.
detail, but it's too early. We're still prime time.
Earth-shattering sounds, horrific smells.
I feel great though. I
I
haven't
feel
eaten
good.
so good in a long time.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just fast forward. Unless you guys want to do still something before we go to the next day.
I'm good.
Except for when I'm trying to go to sleep, I get like the meat sweats, like from eating like this way too much.
I love it. I love your character. Great. Okay, Tim, Chepe, you guys are fine?
Yeah, I retire to my chambers, and I'm examining the map and the drawing under the candlelight.
I take whatever light that is left and I quickly look over a piece of paper and then I quickly wrap it up, copy another note, and then make sure that piece of paper is burnt under the flame of a candle. And I say my prayers to the All-Father before going to sleep.
Some of the elves have definitely taken notice of you. They kind of noticed you, just that you're not treated as a servant, So you are led to your rooms, and their rooms are okay. They're nice, They're not like the greatest rooms ever, but they're the servant rooms that are empty at the moment. And but they're definitely, have a nice bed and everything. So you go to sleep. You wake up. You got breakfast. And then basically nothing more happens really, unless you guys want to do. If you want to do something.
No, I have my chamber door bolted shut, and I'm just in my room. I'm examining all the facets of the map.
Okay. It's just basically a very crude but functional map with a drawing of the puzzle box, which is about there's also a hand for comparison. The puzzle box is just a square puzzle box of some sort. Let's say here, it's a good example. Like this one doesn't look. I mean, just the size-wise, it seems to it is written there that it's made out of special wood and different types of metal, like copper and some gold. The box itself has also quite some value, and so that it would be probably pretty well hidden in the ruins of the chapel if it hasn't been looted until now, since this chapel has been destroyed already 200 years ago. So, not 200 years. I don't know. Long ago. There we go. Okay, so you get ready. You get your bearings. Then you head out towards the thing. On the way, nothing really happens. It's a nice sunny morning. It's about it's about let's say July. It's not like super hot yet, but it's warm. And you enter the woods. It's not too big of woods that there are. And then from the distance you can see the ruins, and it is kind of eerie. You won't lie that most of the animals that you heard have kind of you don't hear them anymore, as you're just around the ruins of what you can see, and quite a big church, and yeah. And so you stand in front of the ruins. What do you guys do?
Send the oath in first.
Is there like a big doorway or anything, or is it just like falling down walls?
It's basically some of the walls are just already collapsed, so you could
So it
go in
has.
easily. So you don't have to like open the doors or lock pick at this point.
So at this
You,
point, I've changed my clothes. I'm no longer in my dress, obviously, and I'm just in my leather clothes and
right,
my
right.
boots. And I just very carefully sneak up over some of the piles of rubble and whatnot, just try to get a glance at everything. See if there's any
There's
activity.
all kinds of moss. You know, it's been a ruin for a long time. It's kind of you feel like it's almost like a red herring in a sense, or like a worthless quest because you say if anything is here, then it must have been looted. But then you can see as you entered, like there's the main hallway, and that one is kind of open, and the walls to the side are just completely broken down. But then there's like a back room kind of thing, which seems to be still closed off, and there's actually one of the doors is still functional and closed.
It looks like there's still a standing door. Perhaps not everything has been destroyed and looted after all.
Hmm.
And I start carefully making my way in that direction.
Okay.
Is there writing on the walls?
I don't know. Do you have any knowledge in history or religion or any focus in your character sheet?
I'm a novice in lore. As
Okay,
well as
lore.
I know
Okay.
an ancient language, if it happens to be that language.
Yeah, okay. If your focus is, then you can take your cunning. I think that's the intelligence, right?
Mhm.
Is there a difference, right? There's a cunning. Is it? There should be intelligence, right?
Cunning arcane lore is my specialization.
Well, it's not. I would say just lore.
Okay. I have talents lore novice as well.
Okay, okay. So that, how much does that give you to a bonus? If it's a focus, then it should give you like +2.
I don't know if it's focus, it's a talent, but so I'm assuming that it is. But
Yeah, it's cunning, and we'll just say if it's a focus, then you get +2,
Okay.
and roll that and add your cunning to that, and I will tell you if you can find something out.
all right, so that's 12 plus 3,
Quite
15,
damaged.
plus 2 is 17.
Okay, you actually do find out that this is the church that you were talking about, because this is a church specifically for this saint, the Saint Margot, who was her hand was left here. You can see, you actually recognize some drawings actually from her hand. With the drawings are like more simplified, kind of like Christian, medieval Christian drawings. With the hand, there's like little like beams of light. The symbol you can see of Andraste as a avatar, kind of like with a Gloria above him, and taking her hand and leading her into the heaven, their version of heaven, and to the Maker, which is again symbolized, of course, since they're not drawing the Maker. It's a symbol, and it's like I forgot. It's like the eye symbol, right? With some, so you can see those, but it's quite heavily damaged. But you can reconstruct it in your mind, and also the writing does point to that. This is the right church, and but it's kind of interesting because some of the writing that you are reconstructing is like, it's kind of weird because it's written in a way that the puzzle box is like a not mentioned, that the hand was put in a puzzle box.
All right. I take the hand. His darker skin goes to where he would imagine the light would be from his hand.
All right. Okay.
He's thinking to himself that even a saint, falls to Eladin, the elven god of death, basically. Like the whole temple is withered away.
Right. Yeah.
He's saying prayers under his breath. He turns to everyone. Is anyone else here actually have any knowledge of the saints?
I am sorry. I do not know of these things.
Okay, Fabiana, as you approach the door, you can see the door has not been opened. You can see it right away for a long time. There is different damage around the door, which there has been some people at least trying to pry it open. It is a heavy metal, like some kind of iron door with different carvings and everything, very sturdily built. And this area of the church has been very sturdily built, so you're guessing that people might have tried but not succeed, and possibly given up on getting into this part of the building.
I just very carefully examine the door, see if there's locking mechanisms, see how it's being secured.
What are the walls around the door made of?
The walls around the door, you want to give it a like, I would say roll your 3D, do a cunning check. So add cunning if you have any bonuses for any kind of perception or anything. So 10, 2, okay. So that's 12.
My cunning is 1, so that
So it's 10. Okay.
13 altogether.
13. So what you do see is that you can see right away that they're rocks, but they're definitely made out of a different rock than the main building. And it's very slight. But to the touch, it feels very smooth, and it feels like that the rock, as you peel on it and you start scratching on it, kind of, and then you can realize that if you peel on it for quite some time, it seems like paint is coming off, and the rock looks then different. You know,
Okay.
It looks like it's suddenly not this gray kind of rock that the church was made of, what you see, typical, rock, but instead it looks like it's kind of what you can see is a black kind of rock.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let Fabienne do her thing.
Yeah, you find roll your cunning check. So a cunning check. If you have any kind of perception or something.
Well, I have perception and +2 and cunning of 1.
Okay. So the +2, that's the focus. So you have perception, add your cunning, and then roll 3d6.
So add both those together in 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a 12.
12. Okay. So it takes you a while, but you're looking around. The door is basically a bigger door, and it has 2 sides to it, right? And the door in the middle, there's the eye sign of the maker, and then you can see like the beams are carved in, and you can see under there different depictions of the different holy people. In the middle, you have Andraste ascending to the sky with Margot, with the Saint Margot in his hand. And you can actually find one picture that it's actually very similar to the pictures that you have seen, but there's one exception that in between the eye and Andraste, there's something you couldn't have seen right away. It's almost like there's all kinds of grime and dirt. There's a little like a square thing. And as you take your lockpicks and then you kind of like just go into there, you can feel there's a mechanism, and only somebody who has really good skill in this would see that, And then you open it up, and what you do, you just click it around. You hear clicking, click, and then the doors, they just go into the side. Like they don't open up like this; they just go into the walls, like just. You hear there's a big dust cloud, and it's like this hasn't been open for a while, and you can feel you can smell like a smell of like something rotting or something like that. It's been there for a long time, closed, and then it opens up like.
As soon as the dust and foul smell come out and the doors open up, I just jump backwards and kind of cover my mouth over because I'm kind of expecting poison or something.
Right. Yeah, the roguish
Yeah.
Those dungeon reflexes, right?
Yeah.
10-foot pole at all times.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my great sword and just rest it on my shoulder.
Okay. You can see as you do that, you can see a small kind of altar thing, and you can see it is an enclosed box of some sort, and the box has again the symbol of the maker on it, and it's a small shrine. And the box is like bigger. It's not as big as the puzzle box should be, but it's a bigger kind of. It's kind of attached to the. It's like metal, but it's firmly attached into the altar. And there's a small mechanism again that you can see there. There's some fungus that has been growing. There has been some all kinds of like. You can see a couple of bats flying out, like small bats, not monstrous bats, harmless bats. Okay, and before you think anything, and there's some. It smells just pretty bad, but it's not poisonous, And but because there's some there's some water that's been dripping through, and it's been closed for a long time. There's also some layers of dust and everything. But you see that the shrine, and you can see Andraste in his one of his many depictions. This is an older depiction of him, and he's basically, interestingly enough, you can see a small over the box. You can see a small crystal, like a smaller box, basically there. But it still doesn't look like the puzzle box. But there seems to be something in there. But you cannot see what, because there seems to be some kind of grime, maybe chalk or something like that, some kind of moss kind of thing over that. And under that, there's another box, basically. And it's kind of like made to. Then you have the statue of in the altar, basically. And all right, the glass box is held by two stone hands, but also firmly. And you cannot see if this is now. You're thinking maybe it's some kind of glass or crystal.
Hey, Grinwin.
What?
You wanna slip over there and wipe that glass off, and I'll hit me, and me and him can hit anything if it pops up to try to get you.
He doesn't even talk back, and he just walks to the glass box because he knows it's the same old routine. Send the elf in first.
Yeah. So I have my shield and my short sword.
Well, it's not about you being an elf. You just have small, delicate hands.
Yeah. One thing, I wanted to share this one-shot group. Feel free to share this to the event page. But yeah, okay. So give me 1 second.
So as Grindwin starts walking in, I pull out my short sword and a dagger in one hand, and I start following, not like a step right behind him, just watching everything, being very careful as I walk along.
So, Chepe, what does your character do then exactly?
Hitting the staff with each cadence. Up and down, up and down. Walking slowly, kind of taps it with the staff.
So you're tapping the box above, the smaller one that is held by the hands?
Yep.
Okay. As you slightly tap it, the front part, it just breaks in. It seems to be very brittle glass at this point. And as it breaks in, it just cracks. And right away you can see what you can notice as a hand, but it has like a small like a ring around it, but it's actually just a skeleton hand, basically. And there's some there's like it's resting on a small cross, on an Andraste cross or symbol, maker's eye symbol thing. Basically a holy insignia for the maker. There we go.
Grandwen, does your magic sense anything foul with this?
Do you have detect magic or something like that?
It's my cunning arcane lure. I can maybe deduce something.
Okay, try it.
Alrighty, I'll use dice stream for this. Because arbitrary. Alright. Nine, blah, so that's 10, so 12.
12, okay. You do recognize, it takes you a while, but you do recognize that this is the hand, the artifact, of Saint Margot. But it's not the puzzle box that you were sent to bring, so it's kind of confusing to you. But it is the hand from the religious lore that you did get to read. You do recognize that. So you still have the bigger box under there. So, like the hands holding the glass box, and then under there is a bigger box, like about this big.
So I take my dagger and I just start tapping around the box, and I'm just
Which box? The glass box or the lower one?
The lower box.
Okay, the lower box is definitely made out of. You tap on it, it has a metallic sound to it. Some dust flies off, and some spiders crawl away, little spiders, and you see some cobwebs and stuff. It's like just, they haven't been here for at least 200 years. So, you start knocking on it, right? Roll a cunning roll.
Cunning by itself?
If you have a spot check or anything that you can add to that, spot focus or whatever.
No.
Okay, well,
class abilities.
Do you have like lock picking or something?
Yeah.
Okay, then add that.
Okay.
And then it's a +2 basically to everything. Cunning +2 plus your roll.
So let's see. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, it takes you quite some time, but you do find a lock, and the lock is again this time this box. As you start cleaning it off and checking it and hammering it, there's a very slight indentation of again this weird square shape. It basically looks like if a square was like this. Let's see, like this, something like this. And this is what you see, but it's very slight. And as you are looking and you're kind of using the knife to find it, you can find a small mechanism kind of lock thing. But you would have to roll a separate roll to see if you can open it.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead. I'll point this out to Grendwin. This looks like it might have the box, perhaps.
Yeah, Fox, and Robert, do you guys do anything?
I'm just kind of standing nearby with my weapon, like just watching around real closely for anything to move.
Okay, Robert and Fox, while Fabian is doing the lockpicking check, why don't you do a normal cunning check, or if you have any kind of spot or any kind of ability like that?
I will peruse my sheet.
Perception?
Perception. Do you have perception?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can add +2. Add your cunning 3d6 and +2.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
What did you get, Fox?
Let's see, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, you can hear some, like, what you notice a little bit outside, a little bit west, not too much far, just maybe just a couple of yards away from the castle, some movement in the bushes, and some, sounds like animal noises of some sort.
Hmm.
I hear animals in the bushes.
Oh, I wonder if that's dangerous.
Fabiana, have you done your roll for
No,
opening
not yet.
the box?
I was just reading what my thievery ability allowed me to do.
Okay.
So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And with my thievery class ability, if I fail something, I can re-roll it again.
Okay,
lock
then I would say you need to re-roll it.
Okay.
You're starting to get to know the lock, but it's not quite open yet.
Okay. That's even worse. So that's 9.
Okay. Okay, you guys, as he's working on the lock, you can hear now definitely some kind of weird growling noises, but that are really weird sounding. And you can see now suddenly a creature emerging, but he's emerging from the backside, and he's pulling something, and it's definitely some kind of, you cannot see quite some kind of dog or wolf, but it's too dark to see exactly. But you can see that they're pulling something, some kind of prey or something. And this is one of them, and you might think there might be another one or more. And they're kind of, one of them, you can see now that as the other one is pulling, you can see another one, but you only see kind of eyes, kind of just kind of red glowing eyes, like just like like at you. Okay, Fabiana, want to try one more time?
Okay. Keep getting lower and lower rolls.
You can re-roll again since your ability.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 6 plus 3, and how much is your bonus still?
It's
Coming?
3.
3.
Oh, my cunning bonus is 1. Then with my lockpicks, I have another.
Yeah, 3. Okay, so that means, okay, you open it now. It took you quite some time, but you do open it, and it's quite an elaborate opening mechanism. It kind of goes around like shh. The entire thing, it just opens up like kind of a four-way kind of opening. And you can see in the middle, kind of weird because the box, it's just very clean, but it's like a red kind of velvet. And in the middle, you can see the puzzle box.
Okay.
And
Grandwin, look what we have found.
Suddenly, these two creatures emerge. The one is pulling out what you can now see clearly as an arm, somewhat decayed arm, and the other then as seems like to have what you can see is like a robe, maybe a priest robe. You're not quite sure. And
What, sorry.
well, you're not sure what exactly what for robe. You might think maybe a priest robe, but it could be also a mage robe or something else. But that's what you see right now. And the other creature storms at you, and then the other one too. Yep.
What,
yes.
What do they look like again?
I'll describe them now. They're kind of wolf-like beings, only more monstrous, with glowing eyes and kind of like almost like if you took the worst out of a bulldog and the worst out of a wolf and kind of combined them. You kind of, they're just kind of savage-looking, some spikes and stuff. They're definitely not normal dogs. You would probably, Fox, most guess that there's some kind of blight-touched creature. I don't know if you guys in your background have any experience with blight creatures.
My character, I mentioned at the beginning of the game, my character's village was wiped out by one of the little tiny blight excursions.
Then you know that this is these are blight wolves, and it's kind of like they're definitely blight wolves.
I am gonna yell blight really loud. And
Okay,
then
so
get ready
roll.
to kill them as quickly as possible.
Okay. We'll do initiative, and so I have a 5, 9, so 11.
What adds to initiative? Is that dexterity?
Dexterity, yes. 5, 3, 1, so 11. And so 11. Okay, they're both 11. They're ace. So that doesn't. Yep. Okay, so what is the. Here we got again. Wait a second. Okay, so. Chepe, just tell me your initiatives one after another. Chepe.
13.
Okay. That's pen. Chepe has 13. Okay. Fox?
14.
Okay. Tim?
I'm 12.
Okay. You looked older. Fox. Fox, what's your initiative?
14.
Sorry, Fox. Robert.
12.
12. Okay. Okay. That means the first person to go is Fox.
I will charge over there and strike one of them with a big sword.
This is a good thing
And
to do.
and a
Okay.
howl of terror and rage.
All good stuff.
Ah,
So you reach the one that wasn't dragging the course since he's closer, and roll an attack. And
okay.
you need to. It basically works. This is how combat works. You roll basically again a check. You should have your bonuses for your attack all built in. And
Looks like
there was no character creation with this. There was just either pre-made.
yeah.
So
I
you
have
should have
6, 9, 10, 14.
okay. The AC of the creature is 12, so you definitely hit. Roll for damage.
Okay, so that's 3d6 plus 4
Yep.
according to this. Okay.
Yep. You have like a two-handed sword?
Yeah. Oop.
Okay.
So that's 5, 9, 10, 14 again.
Wow. You yeah, you hit him pretty bad. You want to describe that blow? Pretty nasty hit. Like he's very injured. So go ahead and describe that.
Basically, I'm just gonna be running towards it with my blade held to the side and the sword behind me. And when I get within range, I leap and bring it down, aiming for its head and or shoulders.
Okay. As the blade comes down,
like I'm working in a slaughterhouse.
Right. As the blade comes down, just like a big butcher's blade, it comes down and it hacks into the creature's head, and right into not just in the side here, and it kind of ricochets a little bit and goes into the shoulder, and then you can see it sucks through. There was a huge gaping wound, red, dark. It's kind of dark red, kind of almost black ichorish red blood coming out, spreading out. The dog doing a howl, but kind of an unhuman howl, like going back. Any normal creature, any normal animal would be probably dead, but this is no normal animal. So it kind of scutters back a little bit. It has no fear emotion showing, but it's more just cautious at this point, highly wounded. Okay, and you feel a little bit better because you want to, sweep the blight of the land from because of your history and stuff, and you just feel like, every time and every blight creature you can kill is just a little bit steps towards that goal. Okay, so the next person would be Le Pepe, our elf wizard. Wizards and warriors. Is Chepe gone? There we go. What does our wizard do, Chepe? It's your turn.
Sorry about that. Someone just came in, needed something.
No worries.
All right. So, first thing he's going to do after being told, look what I found, Grenvin. He takes his darker skin and he just reaches in and tries to grab for the hand.
It's surprisingly easy. It's just you just take the puzzle box, and you do feel something really weird when you pick up the puzzle box, and some of the gears on it start shifting a little bit. So there's definitely a minor action, so you can still do a major action.
He realizes the danger that's happening, so his skin blackens to a fine obsidian, casting stone skin effectively.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, yep. So all that does is
it adds an armor rating, I'm guessing, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Add the bonuses and for the combat.
all right.
Okay. That was your turn. Now it is either Rob or Tim. Both have 12 in initiative.
I'd say Rob can go first.
Rob can go first.
All right. So there's one left, right?
Yeah. You can. There's two now. One is injured, and the other one is not.
Okay. The other one's carrying a bathrobe too, right?
Bathrobe? No.
Kidding.
No.
Yeah. I heard.
Yes. He's carrying a bathrobe and a cigar.
So yeah, I'm just gonna look at him and just scream and run towards him with my short sword, kind of like dragging behind me a little bit, like not really dragging, but very close to the ground, and it kind of like keeps bouncing a little bit, sparking a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
And then just give him like an upswing with the sword, like trying to catch him under his head. Or
Okay.
jaw.
Roll your attack with all your bonuses. You gotta get over I think 12.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get over a 12 to hit.
Oops. And that would be dexterity or strength.
You should have your bonuses in your character sheet altogether. I don't know. Did you actually made a character?
No, I use the.
You just chose one. There should be then all the character bonuses should be in there. Did you choose one of the?
Oh, okay, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I missed.
How much did you roll in together?
6.
One thing I'd like to ask you guys: if you roll a new attack, then please clear the dice so I can see it also.
Yeah, I messed up. It's 1, 2, 1 was my last roll.
1, 2, 1, 6. And what's your bonus? What's your bonus for? So 6 in total?
Yeah, 6 in total.
Okay. Well, yeah, you definitely miss. As you swing up, it just kind of just goes close, but you didn't calculate the timing right, so nothing happens.
Oops.
Okay, so now it's the I almost said dire wolves, light wolf's turn. The one that is not injured that you attacked, Robert, he will attack you. Remember, you can also do stunts if you are successful, I believe, depending on how much.
It's if you roll doubles on the two dice.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. We're learning the system. So thank you, Chepe. If you roll doubles, yeah, that's like kind of like that's like your equivalent to a critical hit, but it's kind of cool. Like, so he will try to bite you. This big maw. Okay. It is actually doubles. So that means. Sure. There we go. Standard stunts. Okay.
It's not the dragon die.
Yep. He will do. I read that both. It doesn't matter which one. It has to be just doubles. Or am I wrong there? The last one is always the dragon dice.
Well, on my screen, it's doubles with the dragon dice.
For me, it shows 5, 3, and 3.
Okay.
That's what it shows. So,
Yeah, so the last one would be the dragon die. Right?
Sorry. Yeah. It should be in the recording then. Okay, so he will do a lightning attack, which will enable him a second attack towards another enemy. But first, let's see, this is then 5, so 16. What is your AC, Robert?
14.
So, okay. So,
which would be defense, I'm guessing, right?
yep,
Yeah.
that is basically so. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 9, 12, 15, and how much was it again? 12?
14.
14. He got you with a 15, which was just barely.
All
But he
right.
still got you. So he will do damage 1d6 plus 4. So he does 7 damage.
Mm.
And if you have a armor rating, you can remove that from that damage, from the 7.
Oh, okay.
That's how armor rating works here, and I like that. That's pretty.
Oh,
That's
I like
how,
that.
That's how it is in a dark eye. So
Like damage resistance.
it's like damage resistance. Yeah. So remove as much as you have from 7. And that's how
Okay.
much you actually do.
I like that.
Yeah.
3 damage. It'll work.
Ow!
Fucking mangy mud bite my ass.
So the other creature attacks the closest. I mean, the same. He has lightning attack, and he's using that to attack Fox's character.
Yep.
Okay, now it's a 5-5-1. The doubles, one of them has to be the dragon dice, right? Chepe.
Mm.
I'm asking Chepe.
No, it's not. It's the non-dragon dice. So yeah, that would be 10 points.
Oh, it has to be the non-dragon dice? Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Then I made a mistake. But this time it was a double, so let's just say we were lucky. So he'll attack you for, is it 15? So how much is your defense?
It's actually 12. I said 14 earlier because that's what it has in the little thing here, but apparently that value is assuming that I'm using a shield that my character doesn't seem to have.
You know what? I'll be nice. You can have a shield, okay?
I'm also wielding a two-handed sword right now anyway, so.
Okay, then don't worry about that. Then you have a 12, yeah.
Oh,
You can
no,
have a
no,
shield
no.
and two-handed sword. Come on. Or you do?
No, I found it's down here, but in this equipment section. But I assume that if you're wielding a two-handed sword, then
No, if you have a two-handed, unless it's a bastard sword, then I'll make it an exception. You can wield it one-handed. But it's going to be 15 anyway, so he's going to hit you.
yeah, no matter what, I'm hit in this case.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So it's like, so he will do 7 damage and remove from the armor rating.
Oh yeah, quick question about that. My armor says 4 minus 1.
Let's just make it 4 for now.
I don't know what that means. The little minus 1 in the circle.
I don't know either. We'll just go with 4. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna wing it now since we're learning the system. So you lose
Right.
3 hit points.
All right, let me open a thing. Okay.
Unless you Dragon Age RPG Lord Masters out there it could be.
Yeah,
without-
Yeah, maybe it's without the shield.
Okay, then let's make it 3 then. So if
Okay.
the Dragon Age RPG Lord Masters will call us on our shit, then we're ready. We're ready, bitches. No, I'm just kidding. So okay, you got the 3, 2, and 4 damage. Oh, you have 4.
Yeah, 4 damage.
3. So you get Well, you get 3, yeah, 4 damage, yeah. He bites you for 4 damage. Now, it's the other one's, the injured one's turn. And he attacks, so we got you guys in front. Fabiana and and Chepe are in the back, so we'll decide. Since you did hit him, he will attack you, Fox, for 14.
That was it.
Yeah. And that will be 3. So it's equals 4, and then we remove 3, right? So you have 4 damage because it's 1d6 plus 4. So yeah, 4. Okay, that was their turn, biting your asses, and now it is Fox. It is the Fox turn.
Well, can I was moving at the same time as Robert.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me, my fault. What is your
Well,
turn?
I was just when I see Grendwin just reach in and grab the cube out, and then his skin turns black. My eyes just open wide, and I just reach into a pocket on the side of my backpack, and I just drape it over that hand, and I pick the hand up and put him in the backpack and just run out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you pick up the hand, and the hand has some jewelry on it and stuff. So. Okay. And that was your minor action? What is your major action?
Well, probably my major action was running out of that.
Okay, running out. Yeah, you're right. Right, running is major. Okay, you are running out of the thing. Yeah. Okay, that was your turn. We got everybody. Now it's Fox. Also, I like the system. Only 1 initiative roll.
All right. I'm going to kind of leap back and then spin around, bringing my weapon down on the guy that I already hit.
Okay.
It's another 5, 9, 14.
14. Okay. That should pass because it's 12. Yeah.
And you know what? Why am I not using the counter? All right, here's my damage roll. Bloop. I don't know what that did.
So that's a. Oh wait, it shows in the counter. Oh, it said 14. Oh no, that's your initiative. No, I don't know if the counter does anything.
Okay, I'm gonna take it off again.
Oh no, the counter is your initiative. That's for initiative, but we don't use it, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
It just it shows a little number in the corner. So 6,
11, 12, 15.
15.
Wait. 6, 11, 12, 16. Sorry.
16. Okay.
Yeah, because it's plus 4.
Okay. They have also damage resistance of 3. But so this guy has like 1 hit point left. So basically describe hitting him so hard that he's like almost completely dead. Like he falls unconscious basically. Describe it.
Gonna, like I said, bringing the sword down.
Yeah.
Stepping to the side and just hitting him from like right beside the neck, straight across the spine.
Nice. Okay, as you do this, you can hear a cracking and like the ichor and blood coming out, and it's just like this disgusting sound, just like, and like the blood comes out, and of course in Dragon Age fashion, it goes all over you, and it goes somewhat over you, but and he stops moving. He's just moving a little bit. You can do a coup d'etat move at this point since he's unconscious from the pain.
Can I do that now, or?
Yeah, you can. We'll say it's a minor action.
All right, I'll just step to the side and hack his head off.
Okay. Yeah, since he cannot defend, so it's just literally you swing the sword one more time, just quickly. Okay. It was like I would have let him die anyway, so it was just more fluff. You chop off the head off, and that means that one is gone. And the next person who is up is Chepe.
How dark is the room?
The room is the room is pretty Well, you're already outside of. If you want to say the room, I mean, since light is falling in, it's not as super dark anymore. But there's definitely corners which are darker.
Okay, so I ran away from them and the wolves, right? Because I started moving toward the.
Yeah, if that was your goal, yeah. You're now heading away from them, yeah.
Okay. So. He'll arc back and he'll launch a arcane lance at the. Okay. The wolf
Okay.
4, 8 plus 5, I think. No, 4. So 12.
12. Okay. Well, let's say you hit him because it's exact the AC. I don't know what the exact rules are, but it will work. And roll damage.
6.
6 damage. Okay.
Yep.
So you kind of injure him slightly. You wanna describe that?
I hear probably the jangling of Rob's leather armor in the background.
Yeah.
I remember he's the person who insulted the man who insulted me, and like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I sling around my staff as I'm curving back, still running toward the door, and basically slingshot from the bottom of my staff a small blue energy bolt that latches at the creature, nipping its leg,
Okay.
slowing the thing that's biting the ankle of my friend.
Okay. So that's what happens, and they definitely injured it. Impacts into the creature. Some blood comes out, some smoke, but it's not a horrendous wound, but it's definitely slowing it down. Yelps a little bit in a kind of unearthly way. Okay, so that's that was your turn, Chepe. Now it is either Tim or Rob, since you're both 12 initiative.
I'm going to assume that Tim is going to be making it out the door by now.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go. You went first last time. You can go.
Well,
again.
Tim is acting in classic rogue fashion, so
Oh, of course, yeah. You got to
get the money and run. So
get the prize. You keep it safe. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna take my short sword. I'm gonna try, like, when I used to run around in the woods with my grandpa. He taught me how to use my knife to stab a wildebeest right through the heart, like the right 2 ribs to penetrate, and I'm gonna try to do that on this dog.
I like that. You'll get a +1 to everything from the description. I like the description.
All right.
So all your bonuses, you get an extra +1 this round.
11. So that would be 16.
Yeah, you hit. Roll damage.
26 plus 8, okay. I haven't hit yet. 10.
10. Okay. So okay. Describe you injure him pretty bad. Describe how you do this. Your grandfather's wildebeest slaying technique.
Yeah. So like I said, this is what I was thinking while it's coming down, and I just kind of like get a little twitch, like all that food that I ate last night was just kind of, it's not letting me move just right. So I kind of catch the rib in the wrong spot, and it kind of bends it backwards and goes through the wrong one. Kind of goes down in there. It hits the other side of the other one, so I didn't just miss the heart, like I know I did.
Yeah. But you still did a lot of damage, and the creature is yelping.
Right.
And let me see if he has the courage. Well, no, he's a blighted creature, so he's crazy. Okay, so that was Rob. Now, Tim.
So
it's
were
your
these
turn.
things coming out of the woods outside? Is that?
No, you were in the woods, but there was a bush, basically. There was some bushes and stuff. And the one of the was pulling an arm, probably in some kind of robe, out. Like it found something and pulled it out to munch on. And then it
Okay.
noticed you guys, and you guys seemed like the nice batch of new fresh meat.
So as I run out of that little room that we were in, they had the little crystal thing, all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
I see all this happening, and I pull a dagger out, and I just launch it at that last blight wolf.
So you want to, okay, throwing dagger, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
11, 12, 13, and my dex. That's
You
a
have
16.
Okay,
16 total.
you hit, roll damage.
So that does 4 points of damage.
Okay. And so it injures it slightly, less than you would expect. As you throw it, it kind of just spins around like 2 times. Then it cuts it a bit, and then it flies continue, and then it just kind of falls into the ground, into the bush
Okay.
behind it. So where they were pulling the arm. Okay, so that was your turn, and we had everybody. Okay, now it's still the creature, and he will attack now. Ogre, Robert Ogre, and our creature. What's your character's name again?
I started off with Trainter, but now it's
Trainter.
now it's Traylor or something. Just call him Trey.
Trey. Yeah, there you go, Trey. I like Trey. Okay. So Trey, Trey is attacked by the beast, and it's the beast, the gaming beast, and it's so it's a 19. Holy shit,
That's a hit.
no. And he will do. Let me see here. Damage 1d6. Right? Well, okay, it should be. There we go. Well, 1.
Oh,
A
well,
1. Wait. That's so 5 in total.
Okay.
Remove your armor rating from that.
Right.
Whatever is left is your damage.
Which is a 1.
Okay, there we go. So I was right. There you go.
Ow!
He nipped you a little bit. Okay, now it's Fox's turn.
All right. The last one that is not dead yet gets the sword,
Okay.
which I will going forward refer to as the business.
There we go. You're giving him the business.
I'm giving him the business. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay, yeah, that's just barely hits it. You
All
hit it.
right. Okay.
Because I'm not going with the house rule that if you go with the number and then over. So then that's how we're
Okay.
going to do it. So, okay. So roll damage.
That's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. Okay. So we will go. So
I missed those 14s.
yep. So 12. And okay. Yeah. Okay. You injure him pretty bad. You hack in him again. This time on his backside, and just again more blood comes out, and he's even more injured. He's trying to cower back. Might be thinking of escaping, but they don't seem to be quite lucid. They're like, blight creatures, basically.
Monsters.
Monster. Okay, so that was Fox. Now it is Chepe's turn.
While Fox is doing Monster Mash, I'm going to hightail it out of there.
Okay, you are running. That is your major action. Okay, and there's Now it was either Tim or Rob. Tim or Rob. Tim or Rob.
Well, don't want to break tradition. Rob's been going first, so we can continue to go.
Yeah, we'll not. We'll stay. We'll follow tradition. Rob,
All
what
right.
does Trey do? Trey the warrior. Trey the warrior.
Trey. The warrior will swing his sword into. Try to swing his sword into the Blight Wolf's eyeball.
I love it.
Boom. We got.
Okay, so that was a 6 and 5. That's 11 and
15.
15.
Oh,
Yeah, you hit. You definitely hit. Roll damage.
All right.
Le damage.
So that's actually 7.
7.
Yep.
Okay. And that means it is. Yeah. You almost finish him. Let me say. Okay. You know what? He was 7. Then I take off 3 because they have armor rating of 3. So he's down to 1. Just do your coup d'etat move. He's like unconscious from the pain. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Describe your coup d'etat move. You whack into him with the short sword, and it's again a huge gashing, gaping wound. And go ahead.
All right. So I yipes and falls on the ground, and this is like the last one that bit me. I kind of lose it a little bit, and I jump on him, and I just bite his ear off.
I love it.
Didn't realizing what I'm doing, spit out all the fur. It's all stuck to my tongue.
I love it. Okay. Okay, so you have bit out the creature, and they're both dead. So, what do you guys do now?
Well, first thing I do is I go and retrieve my dagger in the bush, and while I'm over there, I'm looking to see where they came from, see if there's a corpse over there that they're.
As you do see the hand out there, and you can definitely, as you look for your dagger, you actually put away the bush, and you can see right away it is a corpse, and it is a chastry, or what is it? It is a chest, or whatever you call it, the chastry.
Chantry?
Chantry. I have written a bad chicken scratch there. The chantry priest. And there's something you're almost like sure about, but you're like the corpse is on its back, like it's laying. So, and it seems to be like it is not as decayed yet that the flesh is like rotten off yet. You can definitely smell it's been here for a while, but not too long. You want to
putting my hand over my nose, the smell of it. I take my foot and I just push on his shoulder to try to roll him over.
Okay, as you roll him over, you're quite shocked to find out that it looks exactly like a decayed. You probably are thinking like maybe a couple of, maybe like a couple of days old, not too old, corpse of, but still recognizable, of course, of Father Flanagan.
Gentlemen, I think you should come over here and see this.
I'm gonna go over and see that.
Yeah. You see it too, and it is Father Flanagan, down to the exact robe, and he was wearing a specific type of robe.
I was gonna stand there, kind of pointing at it.
You could see where there was you could see the other Father Flanagan, the Father Flanagan that you met, had a robe in the middle finger, which is a typical robe that the chantry priests at that point at a certain level wear. A ring, not a robe. A ring, a simple silver ring with a small. No, wait, it's a gold ring with a small ruby inside of it in the shape of an eye, and that finger is missing. It seems to be like torn off. That's what it looks like.
So it looks like our dear Father Flanagan may be an impostor, and whoever it was killed and took his ring.
So then why do they want that thing?
Perhaps when Grandwin comes back, he might have some observation.
What
Only...
observation?
Grandwin, what have you observed about the box that you have in your hand?
Sorry, I was a little distraught. Repel is still having his mouth open.
Do what?
Repel still has their mouth open.
I'm assuming because you're like, just looks and he's like,
Okay.
His mouth open.
Like we're both just standing there.
Now I imagine the Troll 2 scene where they're like pointing and saying, "Oh my god!"
just look at the corpse and I look at them.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
Took a job from a dead man. That's what I did. That's what we did. Don't give me this you shit. This is our mess.
He looks
You're
at the
part of
cube.
this, bro. You're part of this, bro. And I'm
Do I need to examine it?
we hide the hooker, man.
I blame the dwarves.
This is clearly.
Did
Start
we
messing
have-
with the cube.
We didn't have horses, did we?
No, I don't think at level 1 you can afford horses.
Okay. I didn't know if we got one from the castle or not.
I'll just say it as an exception, as just a quick thing that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't believe anyone will believe us if we tell them that their dear Father Flanagan is not who he pretends to be. If we could
Well-
pull this body back to town, I might believe that.
Trey.
How can we carry the whole body? I say we chop off the head, and then
That's what I was going to suggest. I mean, you have that wolf head. Well, Repel has the wolf head. Why don't
I'm
you
bringing
have
this.
the...
Wolf head.
no, I'll do it. I'll throw it on my shoulder.
We can make a litter. I suggest we bring that whole body, not the whole body of the wolf, but this dude in
Are you sure
You
it's healthy to be carrying a decayed body?
And then I see like drizzles of snot and crust all over your beard. I'm like,
Never mind.
It's like if you want, I'll help you. Carry the litter.
Okay.
I go ahead and start collecting some branches and whatnot to help try to start constructing it.
I just
Cool.
imagine that as he's picking it up, there's like jarred flesh, like little jarred chunks, and then little maggots falling out on the sides of the body cavity. This has been ripped into.
Spray it with perfume.
I like that. It's like Weekend at Bernie's Fantasy Edition. Okay.
Perfume wouldn't help at all. It just mixed with the body smell.
I like to make it even worse. Okay, so you guys, are you planning to head back?
Yep.
I think
But
so.
where? But where to? Where are we gonna bring this?
To the Earl.
Okay.
That was my guess. I mean,
Yeah.
that's everybody else's idea.
Sounds good to me. Trey don't care. Let's go.
Make sure to
Okay.
bring the arm that has the missing ring finger on it.
Yep. In the puzzle box. Did anybody get the puzzle box?
I get the and then
I have
he's
the-
fiddling with it,
Alright.
like he's trying to solve it.
Okay. As you return to the town, everything seems to be going, as normal. You have your package, quite interesting package, and yeah, what do you guys do when you're we're just about to enter the town?
Hmm.
Perhaps
Do
we
we
should
not-
cover the face of the father with his robes so that no one sees who it is, so that the impostor does not run away.
Yes. Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, one of us could just run in and tackle him or something.
Be sure to hold that wolf head out. You need to. That way they'll think we're carrying a victim of them and not by our hand.
Well, he's been there for a minute, and longer than we've been in town, so...
I meant when we go walking through the town.
I mean, unless they think
Carrying
that
a
you've got...
body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That guy's all rotty. I mean, that didn't just happen unless you know some kind of magic that rots people.
I know magic that freezes time.
People?
I can freeze time. Okay, so you enter the village and you cover the head, and people are definitely looking and murmuring and running. They're definitely going away from you,
Like, oh my god, does nobody in this town have a job? Go find something to do, you pumpkins.
They are working, I told you, some of them, not all of them, obviously, but so eventually, but they're still very curious now. A lot of them stop working because they're curious, and he all heads out, and I said, "What have you found? Who is this? What is this you're carrying?"
I was like,
Yes.
I was kind of like flopping the wolf's head down. It's like, this is a sign of the blight. This is a blighted beast.
Everybody's just yelling, "Oh!" and no, and some of them, like the women, some people start, like panicking and everything, and they're running away, and like, calm down, everyone, calm down. I have seen this before. I have fought blight creatures, not many, but once you've seen them, you know what they are like. And where is Father Flanagan? Where did you find the hand?
This
Yeah,
is
where-
most interesting. You should come see this, Monsieur Earl.
Like, hey, didn't you say at dinner the other night that you didn't think that the blight was even real?
Well, the upcoming blight that you talk about.
Hmm.
I don't
Okay,
think I didn't
Rupo.
say that it didn't happen. Out of character, you got me on my shit load.
So okay, Rupo.
Basically, the upcoming one that is coming. That's what he's talking about. I must probably say that you definitely have your point here. There's evidence enough that blight could be coming. Okay,
So I sat down on my side of the.
but who's this other person?
You should come here and look at this.
There's like, also, that is a good question. Where is Father Fabian?
I just talked to him an hour ago.
That is most interesting because we have found his corpse, and I pull the robe off of his face.
And he's like, "Whoa, gasp!" And he's like, "What? What is the meaning of this?" I know, sorry. By the Maker, what kind of devilry is this? And then you can hear Father Flanagan's voice. I can tell you what kind of devilry this is. Where is the puzzle box? And he just appears out of nowhere in the middle of the people. Where is the puzzle box?
I
Who are
stopped fiddling with it and I hold it under my clothes because I was trying to solve it this entire time while we were in the throne room.
Like, we couldn't find it. We got waylaid by blight. And mysterious corpses. Anyways, what's the puzzle box supposed to do anyway? What's it for?
And he just kind of ignores you, and he takes something out of his hand, like a little small stone, and he starts like just touching him, like let's say it like this, and he just closes his eyes. You lie! One of you has it. I can feel it now, finally. And he's like, well, I see you found, and then you see the Arl looking at him. What is the meaning of this, Flanagan? Why does this corpse looks like you? I'm thinking, well, no need to continue the charade. And what he does, he's just like he just like says he starts chanting something, and he takes his hand and he just pulls off a mask, and you can see a blight spawn, but a more intelligent looking blight spawn. And he says, "Yes, I've been here amongst you all this time, and not just me." And he just sniffs, and then Scooby-Doo moment. There we go. Well, not really, but because suddenly all the other some of the other humans start just transforming into darkspawn, and people around them just start panicking. You can kind of see who's not a darkspawn, and the darkspawn start like attacking and slaughtering people. It says, "You give me the puzzle box now, elf."
Okay, so it still has the fractures in it from when I waylaid poked it with my staff, right?
The fractures.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have fractures. When you poked it with your staff, you broke the glass box where the hand was in,
Okay.
which was, that was a separate thing. That was the glass box above the big box. There's no fractures. There is small mechanical I'm sorry, I wasn't 100% clear about that.
I think it was the gears that were moving when you picked it up.
Yeah, the gears were moving, and that's, by themselves, and then moved and started.
You ever seen Hellraiser? Okay.
Yeah, basically, yeah, more or less. I love Robert Ogre. Seen Hellraiser? Come on, fool,
So
Anyway,
what you doing, Elf?
So
hurry up and get it solved. They have such sights to show us.
Well, you didn't let me roll to solve it this entire time, so I don't think I can. If there is
I didn't give you a roll because you've been trying, but
that means I can't.
Well, no, that wasn't the plan. So right now, but yeah. So basically, we're gonna roll initiative here. So let's see here. Okay. Initiative. I'll just roll one.
And I got 12 once again.
Okay. I have 11, 14. Let's do 15. And
I got a whopping 8.
13.
Yep, 13 too. Man, I gotta tie somebody every time.
okay. So Rob, you got a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fox, you got a how much was that?
8.
Okay. Chepe, you got a 13. Okay, it's like last time.
Somebody's got a tie at every initiative, so they're going to Sam and Dean it. Just like, I think you should go first. No, baby, you go first. Like, oh, no, you're great. You should go first, though. No, but who should go first, really, is you.
Tim,
You gotta blow it up, baby.
I got a 12.
Okay, actually, it's always the same initiative. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
so what happens is two darkspawn attack you, and the darkspawn, who is you think is thought was Father Flanagan, he basically takes the stone and he mutters something and it changes into a staff. So okay. So the first person to go is actually the Darkspawn. So, um, okay. Um, okay, so he will shoot he basically starts muttering and conjuring, and he will successful. Okay, wait a second. Okay, um, you roll a there we go. That's better like this. You have to roll. He rolls at you, Chepe, and you can roll a dexterity roll to avoid the arcane bolt. The arcane bolt that looks slightly like a
11.
small like it looks like a snake. Okay, 11 with all your bonuses.
Yep.
Okay, let me see here. That was a 4, 10, 11. Okay. So that's a 12, so he does hit you. And he will do 2d6 damage. Okay. So, and the Darkspawn, which if you have played the game, it's a gen lock. Basically orcs, because that's what I saw them as. They're basically more evil orcs, which is fine. One of them will attack you with a battle axe, and let me see here. We got 3 guys. I'm going to decide. Let me see who's here. Okay. Ooh, Chepe is being attacked. Okay, I rolled it randomly. Random game. Oh wait, since I said I'll roll it here to decide who gets attacked. Okay, 1. That's more fair because then you all see it. So Rob is attacked. Okay, 10. That's a 13 and a 13, 5, so 18. They're attacking you with 18.
Well, let him.
Okay.
Fucking hero.
With the battle axe, 2d6 plus 3. There we go. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 damage minus your armor rating.
Yep.
So that's like pretty much almost you. Just clings to your armor, basically.
Bling bling.
So the second Genlock attacks, and he attacks. Let me see who he attacks at random. Yeah. Well, the Darkspawn, basically. 2, he attacks Fox.
How dare you?
Yeah. So we have a 9, a 10, 11, and 16. Does that hit? I'm guessing so, right?
I think so.
Yeah. By the way, since it took you time, I will give you all back your full health points, okay? You cleaned it up and stuff because we didn't do this. We, skipped it. So go back to your full health points, okay?
All right.
So the damage is 1, 6, because there is, healing rules and stuff, but you had a whole full half day. You cleaned up, so I'm gonna kill you all. No. 7 plus 3, so it's a 10.
Says
10
about
damage.
Get back 5 plus Constitution plus level.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
I just say,
we didn't
just
take
to
that
make
much damage.
And then I subtract the armor from it.
Yep.
All right. It's back down to 7.
Okay.
That's a pretty nasty hit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the creature's turn. Now it is Chepe's turn. Oh, Chepe or Rob? Who will go
I'll go
first?
first. I'll go first this time.
There we go. All right.
And I'm gonna turn around. See, watch this. I'm gonna pull out a pint of oil, and I'm gonna throw it at the mage.
Okay, we'll do a Dex comparison. Okay.
Okay.
And so I have a 8 and 11.
Okay.
So you got to get past the 11 with your throwing check to get your Dex.
Oh, how's this gonna work? A tied 11.
Oh, if it's then the dragon dice decide, which are also 2. What is your Dex then? If the dragon dice are also tied, what is your Dex?
My dex is 2.
Okay, so you got a higher Dex, so you succeed.
Yeah. So pull out this bottle of oil. Just sling it at him. Say, do your thing, elf.
Yeah, you have basically he's not full drenched with the oil. And he's just like, what? And he's like, and he's just saying, that is not gonna help you, you maggot. So yeah, so that was your turn. Now next turn is Chepe. It's actually not a bad idea. Let's see what you want to do there.
Late nights in the monastery. Well, not in the monastery, but in the sanctuary, in his room at night. Come back to him. He remembers copying lore over and over and over and over and over again, until finally the scribbles start fading as his vision is blurring from sleep. In anger, he rips it up, puts it in the fire of the candle, and launches multiple flames. Let's see what that is. Actually, no, you make the roll. Target number is 10. I believe it's... No, the target number is 14, dexterity for him.
Okay. And I don't think I make it, so you hit.
Alright, so that's 2d6, so that's 7 damage.
7 damage and add an extra die.
Alright. That is 11. And it's everything in the immediate vicinity. It's a 30-foot cone, effectively. 30-yard cone.
Oh, a cone.
Yeah, it's just fire.
Okay. I'm really nice. You can hit the guy, and he does 11 damage, and the guy next to him, Okay. Yeah. Okay. You hit him. He's on fire now, and he's quite hurt, like yelling, like "Roar!" and shit like that. And and it's kind of interesting because the puzzle box, as you get closer, and the staff, there's some kind of reaction going on there. Like it starts to hum and vibrate in your hands. The gears start to move faster. Okay, so that was Chepe. Now we have Tim.
Okay, so I'm going to pull out my short sword, and I start running kind of in a direction that's parallel to him, and I roll on the ground. I'm going to try to position myself so I'm behind him. So I'm basically going to try to backstab him. So
Cool,
I have to make an opposed test of dexterity versus the opponent's perception.
Okay. Okay. So you basically tell you what you need to roll. He has a 5 and 11 plus 2, so that's a 13. You got to get 13 or higher with your sneak move.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
Okay, then just roll damage since he has no way of blocking. So it's a coup d'etat attack. And do you get any bonuses to damage? Does it say so?
Yeah, well, I roll an extra d6.
Nice. Okay, that's actually what I wanted to say too. So
Okay, so it's 5, 9.
9. Okay.
So basically, I came running kind of in a parallel or sideways to him, and I rolled on the ground, and I got behind him, and right as I got up to my knees, I pulled my short sword out, and I just jabbed it right into his lower back.
Okay. As you jab it into his back, blackish red ichor blood comes out, and he roars in this inhuman cry, and he just falls to his knees, and just this, and he falls to his knees, and he's holding his wound, and it's like I was bleeding, and tries to stammer away, barely able to do anything.
Oh, he's on fire.
Yeah. Oh, he's on fire too. Wait a second. Then he just basically then just burns to death now. Oh, he's dead. Nice job. Okay. Yeah, he stammers away and then just dies in the fire and the wound. So
We have the other two there. Are they
even
still
though
there?
the fire cauterized it, the fire would still burn and kill him. So now it's Fox's turn. Yeah, there's still 2 Darkspawn left, and they have no intention of stopping.
Attack! Wow.
One second, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Ding dong.
I have to sit and stare at this terrible roll even longer.
I was imagining the maze like one of those 80s movies, you know, like they had like this, they're like a little person, and then when they're on fire, like the huge suit, you know, like, oh!
I was kind of thinking like he branded him with his short sword because of the heat. Just made the flesh easier to tear through. Like there's a nice simmering sound right on the stove when he pressed through the back.
I now want to make a video that's just a montage of people running in fire suits, but dub over them with my own sound effects stuff. Because I need at least one of them to just be running along like.
Put in, what was it, Andre the Giant from The Princess Bride, when he sets his robes on fire, waving his arms around.
Oh,
I am the dread pirate Roberts.
yes.
Yes, that's what it was.
What was that? A hell cloak? Infernal cloak?
Yeah.
So guys, back. I just got a pizza because it was getting late, and let's continue this, okay?
It's the only disadvantage to playing online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us that are eating healthy, me with my dumplings.
I'm trying to eat healthy, although I haven't succeeded yet. So
I've decided to have a light breakfast of starch and sodium.
there we go. Okay, so whose turn was it now? It was your turn, Fox.
It was mine. I rolled an 8 to hit a thing.
And that definitely does not hit, as I believe. Yeah, no.
Boo.
Boo. Okay, so now it's again the creatures. And the first one, let me see who it attacks. Wait, sorry, right. Dice roller. 1d4. Number 3 is Chepe. Ooh. We'll see what happens. He swings his battle axe, and we get a 13. Wait, no, it's actually 13 plus 5, so 18.
6 for me.
Yeah. So 2d6 plus, yeah. Do you have any armor rating? You have still your armor going, right? Your armor spell going.
It depletes after an hour. So I would imagine that I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. So that is a. Do you have? So that's a 6. Yeah. So that's a 9.
Okay.
I'm bleeding.
Okay. Are you down at 0? You don't die
No.
immediately. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Even if you're at 0, you don't die immediately in this game. So. Okay. So, and you can be
Dies
healed.
from a battle axe wound. What a bitch.
Okay, so the other one attacks. Let me see who it attacks. 1d4. 4, which is Tim. Fabiana. Sacre bleu. It's a. So it's a 18 again. Jesus, I'm
Yeah,
rolling
that's
good for
good.
these guys.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just had
so-
a 13.
And it's a
Oh man.
so a 10 damage. Remove
Okay,
AR
so my
armor
my
rating
armor's
if you have any.
4, so I take 6.
Yep. Okay, so that was the two dark spawn. Now it is Chepe's turn.
All right.
Away.
There's a huge bolt of blue energy swirling around his staff, and he jams it as basically like a giant spear. If you would think of the darkspawn coming at him like a whale purging out from the water, he's harpooning it through the head. With although the tip is a blue radiant energy. I'm using arcane bolt, so it needs 2 or it's a target number of 14 dexterity.
Okay.
Since you're since you've described it as harpooning it like a whale, is it fair for me to assume that your character, upon stabbing it, exclaims "Buckero"?
No.
What's buck arrow again?
I think it means something along the lines of asshole. But it's a Japanese
meanings.
Japanese
Yeah.
word joke. It's not a
Could
French
be-
term.
No, yeah, but it could be used in a lot of contexts. It's like the
Yeah, that's
catch-all. It could be anywhere from dumbass to much worse things.
I think I heard that term before, maybe in some anime. I didn't watch the anime, but I saw the title. No.
We'll just say it means bendejo and move on.
There we go. So he rolls a 14. He has to reach a 14, right?
Yep.
So he dodges it.
So that's half damage. So
Yep.
is it rounded down? Or up?
Let's round up.
All right. So that's 4 damage then.
Whaling jokes.
Okay. The damage doesn't seem to have any effect.
Oh, so he's got 4 armor.
At least, yeah. So, next person, that was Chepe. Now it's, Rob, did you go?
Wait a minute. I went first. Chepe, Fox, we missed. No, he stabbed him. Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
Okay. So after I threw my successfully threw my flask of oil, I'm gonna pull out my two-handed sword this time. And I'm gonna run up to the one that just like barely took any
11 or
Dang.
higher.
11 or higher. Here
Yep.
we go. $14. Bam,
Yep.
hit him.
Roll damage.
36. $15.
Yeah. Okay. 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You killed the other one. Like he's always got 1 hit point left with those minuses, but I'm gonna say you kill him. Show how you finish him off.
Oh.
Describe.
So yeah, I run up and since he got hit with like some magical powers and it didn't do anything, I like feel like such a badass. Like I got fucking steel in my hand. Run up and just for one flail swoop, take off his head. As
Nice.
he falls at the ground, I shoot a snot rocket in his neck hole.
Rip off your head and spit down your neck, not shit down your neck. Duke
Yep.
Nukem. There we go. I love it.
Only that.
I'm
I got
imagining
another
your
line.
guy pretty much not Duke Nukem, but like, you know, not blonde, but like dark haired and with a big beard instead.
Yeah.
It's like if Ron Swanson and Duke Nukem had a perfect baby, that's your character. Okay,
If I'm a minor action, I want to balance my sword, my long sword right here as I scratch my nuts. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. That is a free action. Balancing your sword and scratching your nuts, that's always free action. So.
Sounds kind of complex to me. Sounds like a
Yeah.
complex action.
Well, maybe, yeah.
He's pretty good at
Probably
it. He's
have
like
to-
Did you have to bring him out because it was tucked behind your leg fat?
No, it was just like really like something to show something was going on.
Tim,
You should have.
Tim,
Go
it's
ahead.
your turn. Yeah. No, I like it.
Okay. So did they kill the one that was attacking me or the other one?
No, the one that was already injured, so he's dead now.
Okay.
The other one wasn't attacking you, but now, you know, he's still going.
So they killed the one that was attacking me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna... How far away is this other one?
He has not been injured yet.
So is he within immediate range or...
You can hit him. Yeah. Yeah, let's just say you can hit him. Yeah.
Okay,
You're
I'm
quick
just
enough.
going.
Yeah.
So this one just stabbed me in the shoulder, and at the same time this bolt of energy hits him, then his head gets taken off. So I just kind of twirl around with my short sword. I see that he's down now, and I just come in and take a swipe at the last remaining one.
Okay. Go ahead. 11 or higher.
3, 3, 3. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Roll damage.
So does that mean I can do a stunt because I got doubles?
Yeah, you can do a stunt. Yeah. Do a stunt, whichever you
You
want
have
to do.
6 points to spend for stunts.
Yeah. Yeah, you have
6?
6 points. Yeah. Thanks, Chepe.
It's double the dragon dice. Is that what it is?
No, it's the pair put together.
The pair. The two put
If I'm not
together, right?
mistaken.
Oh,
I
okay.
think so. Yeah.
I thought it was whatever my dragon die said.
It would be the same either way in this case.
Okay.
It would be, yeah.
Okay, anyway. So I'm going to do a mighty blow, and I'm going to pierce armor.
Okay. His armor will not have effect, right? Yeah.
It will pierce armor will have his damage. So it'll reduce his armor by
Okay.
half.
That's good, actually, yeah. Go ahead. Roll damage.
So that's 6, 17.
Okay. Nice hit. You almost, killed him there.
So I'm going to say that my spinning motion that I took after that one hit me in the shoulder, it just gave me extra momentum, and then
Yeah.
I just lunged forward, just on my knee bending forward, and I just stab him right in between the ribs.
Okay. And he goes back like, "Urgh," and he's like, "Urgh," and blood comes out, and blood comes out of his mouth. He's quite heavily injured. You hit him in a quite possibly not necessarily the heart, but probably the lungs or something. You know. So okay. So that was your turn. Now it is the fox's turn.
I think I am going to point myself at the closest enemy. Let's stab them. Okay, that's respectable. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 16.
16. Okay. And you hit him definitely.
Actually, charge at them point first, like a Grand Lance in Dark Souls. Give them the love train.
There we go. Down
Love train.
much.
Love train. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you kill him. Just
Woo!
exactly. You had 12, and he's got 5. So, yeah, he goes down to 7, and he had still 7 left. I'm not kidding. This is nice. Describe how you kill him.
Just kind of take him off the ground and then bring the whole thing down, point, and put my foot against him and just wrench the blade out. Or it, whatever.
Nice. You do that, and the blood comes out, and he's just like, "Ah!" And like,
If at all possible, spraying the blood all over any innocent bystanders who may still be around.
Of course you do. Dark Dragon Age style. Everybody's the blood, but nobody seems to care.
Sorry.
No worries. It's the 7 rounds production. It's the 7 rounds roleplay roulette music. There we go. That's it.
Yeah, it's my ringtone because I'm a huge dork.
You're playing a fucking role-playing game. We're all dorks, but we're cool.
So
Dorks are cool.
I pulled my short sword out and I flick the blood right off it right as he decapitates him, and all this blood sprays all over me.
Nice, nice. It has to because it's Dragon Age. So.
Yeah, because I was standing right next to him.
Well, actually, that makes sense. So, okay, yeah. So you calm down to people. The Arl thanks you for finding this shape-shifting weird demon spawn who seems to be more intelligent. I'm quite worried, and he's actually listening to you now about the Blight invasion. And he talks to the elf Chepe's to Grenwyn, and thanks him also for helping out and everything. And he would ask him if you would bring the cube to the capital so it can, or to the circle of mages so it can. And he says, I know you probably don't, you have a huge beef with them and everything, but we must find out what is so important about this puzzle box. And yeah, and this is where we will end it because I have actually a little bit of plan. This adventure will end, but in the spirit of Ogre Games, I have a little idea going on with a little overarching storyline kind of thing. So yeah, so
The
we'll end it
adventure
here.
ends, but the story goes on.
Yes, yes. Okay, guys. Did you guys enjoy the game?
Yep.
Yeah, it was fun.
That about sums it up.
I enjoyed myself.
It was groovy.
Just a little game. Didn't want it to. Robert?
Just a little chuckle fucking around. It's good
was
little Saturday during the day game, which I'll usually never ever play.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun trying out the system. I kind of like it.
It was fun
It's
enough
not
to
a
be
bad-
a little, goofy, but serious enough that I didn't chant "Get the dick" when I impaled the.
I didn't want it to try to go like super dark and serious. I just basically made it an adventure, and then however you guys wanted to flow it. But I think it did well. It was just the right level of serious and chuckle fuckery.
And Fabian definitely didn't give him the hand with the jewels on it.
Yeah.
I'm super happy that the term "chuckle fuck" has caught on.
Yeah, while we're here, let's just give due where it belongs. Fox is the one who has coined the term that everyone uses now.
I
Fox.
don't know where I got that from, but I'm really glad to hear it more because I love it.
Oh, it's like daily conversational word now.
Let it be known that the term chuckle fuckery has been at least spread. It's not.
That's in the Urban Dictionary.
I
Yeah,
didn't say.
but it has been spread by him.
I think I introduced it to the brigade at least.
Oh yeah, I think you also introduced it to other things. So. But yeah, Chepe, I remember you saying you wanted to play the game. What do you think of the game? Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, really like the system. It's interesting. I'm like running on like 3 hours of sleep though, so I'm like only half a mind right now.
Okay. I definitely wanted to show also I liked that there was some conflict also with the elves and everything, and but it's almost like I'm kind of thinking maybe getting the system because it's actually pretty good. But yeah, I'll stop the recording here. Any final words?
The H system is being broadcasted at Gen Con.
Yes.
Go and check out the beta today. Get your beta keys. Hi.
Okay. Any kind of plugs? Anything? Definitely check out Ogre Games. This is the first, not the last game in Ogre Games. So.
Yep. Check out Ogre Games. We're whittling them down slowly. This is the first one out of 40.
And Lumi, the second one will be soon, Isophasmic Light, which will be a torment to behold.
We have also Lunchbox Heroes.
Yeah, that's a great game.
That one, it's also I think a D&D classic. It's a lot of D&D classic remakes, where it's like super simple. Let me see here. And the other one, the last one that I made was that is Horde of the Spoils.
Oh yeah.
And that one looks kind of cool. So there's a lot of fantasy D&D style gaming going on, and one really weird game.
Of all the indie games is retro clones of.
That's 90% of any role-playing game is fantasy RPG. Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll stop the recording for Deathmark of Doom. Thanks for everyone. I want to thank the players. I want to thank your viewers for watching until now.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.